Hey y'all. Okay, so penultimate thing video episode that I'm doing right now. Okay, so the organization of the CNCEUL, the organization of the particles making the CNCEUL need to have certain things. They need to have two categories of things, which are how linked they are to other particles. Here's the particle of interest, right? And here's its linked nearest neighbor. Here's its linked neighbor. It's not its nearest neighbor. No space. But I'm going to have to render space. That's beside the point. So, when we are designing the initial particle and it's proliferating, we need to figure out how linked on average, and then we need to encode so that on average each particle has this many links to other particles. Alright, so for example, let's just say the degrees of linkedness is 10. That means on average. That means that on average, each particle is linked to 10 other particles. Who knows what number we'll decide on in the end? But we just need to figure out, like, if a particle is connected to 12 other particles, and another particle is connected to 13, 15, 20, or even 5 other particles. That needs to be figured out. The more interesting one, though, in my opinion, is the degrees of separation. And this is how we will organize large structures in the CNCEUL, in the virtual intelligence that I'm designing. So, when we are designing the initial particle and the initial particle is proliferating, we need to allow nodes to form. This is to increase signal strength and consolidation of signals. So when we start growing the CNCEUL, we will need to allow for, on average, 1.5 degrees of separation, allow for particles to form nodes, and a node is what happens when you have particles that are, on average, 1.5 degrees separated from each other particle in the node. When we're forming a layer, there'll be, on average, 6 degrees of separation from any particle, on average, in the layer. Same goes for a lobe, but like a lobe will probably be like 4.5. And like the whole entire CNCEUL, who knows? Who knows what the degrees of separation are? It really doesn't matter, because when we're coding the initial particle, we need to form nodes and we need to form layers. We don't really need to form the CNCEUL, because the CNCEUL will just emerge from the proliferating particles. Okay, so key takeaways from this video is that the degrees of separation will form structures in the brain, in the neural network, in the complex network, that will allow for more structured behavior, more complex behavior, because there are differing structures in the CNCEUL. So this brings me to artifacts, and I'm going to have to start walking over to turn off the camera because I have 10 seconds left. This brings us to artifacts, which will change the degrees of separation between particles to form lobes. which will be important for signal strength. Yeah, we'll leave that for the next episode. I'll see y'all.